Pero bago natin simulan, alam mo bang isa ang 1xBet sa mga leading betting company sa buong mundo? Kaya naman wag nang magdalawang isip pa at tumalpak na.
I thought we came out and went toe to toe at the start of the game, and clearly in the first 5 minutes, really, we went inside out. Kai was really good for us and big target, and in that second 5 minutes, it was a 20-4 run. So it's kind of Manic came in and made 3 or 4 shots in that little patch there, and it wasn't just him. There was a couple other 3-point shots, and we weren't able to keep the scoreboard pressure at the other end of the floor, and just closing him out. We know he's a guy that can catch and shoot the ball very well in our league, and he's done that to us a couple of times now. And not only that patch, it was in the back end of the third quarter, which normally the Wildcats haven't been great in that patch, but back into that third, they were able to go on another 18-8 run against us, which really stretched us, and while we were fighting and trying to claw our way back in the ball game, we were unsuccessful.
Eight of their first 9 3-pointers throughout the game. It's obviously your first game. Did you feel that you weren't doing enough defensively with it, or were they just making shots?
Well, they made some shots. You go back and watch the tape. They made some tough shots, but having a hand and trying to take away a 3-point shot. There's also other guys on the floor that can make plays and create plays. And while they played downhill and got a couple of looks, it was, living with them shooting 2 balls, which we didn't quite get done. If you look at the end result, they're 15 of 27 and 55%. Most teams are around 13 and under. So 15, but they had 13. They had 11 at halftime. So it's one of those things. Continue to work on.
You talked about the big fella at the start. He dropped a couple of baskets and a couple of big plays. But how much is, considering what went afterwards, trying to ignore what happened afterwards, how much has the 2 early fouls and having benching changed that game early on? Because they really struggled defensively.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams struggle to guard Kai, and Kai's getting better and better each time he steps on the floor. And I know that set rules and things like that, while it can help him, it also puts him in a spot where he's got to do multiple things. But he's willing, he's eager, and he's getting after it. The 2 fouls, I mean, his tank is not 7 minutes a quarter. So if he gets in foul trouble, he'll continue to play. And I know he only played 10 minutes tonight. I think their lineup that they put on the second time and trying to get everyone to switch and try to do a few different things, which it's probably more so on the cuffs of you getting your butt kicked and you want to do something to stop the bleeding, and then eventually it wasn't him, because I thought he did a good job, and tells by the numbers.
Late in the season, are you still changing things up and think that it's something in your prep or something away from it, or is it just you're losing good teams away?
Something in your prep. I mean, we've been on the road for a while. I mean, we've been at home and we've been on the road. We lost to New Zealand. Obviously, we lost to Cairns, and that was a game that we had in our grasp. So the Jack Jumpers game got away from us again down the stretch. So this game here we were in it, and then by the end of the first quarter we were playing catch up and a bigger deficit than any other game that we've been in. So it's not changing prep. Again, we played a couple games pretty quick, and the quick turnaround, and I mean that's for every team around here. It's being prepared and understanding what we're doing. Got to be disciplined and take good shots. We got to make shots too. Like you look at us, we were 5 of 27 from the 3-point line. Like averages, we average 9. So if you get 11, like that scoreboard changes again. But it didn't.
What were you trying to work on to try and get back and just try to level things out a bit?
Look, you're probably not, especially the way that they were playing tonight, going to beat them in a shooting comp. I think we fell into that a little bit at times, and I'm not saying they were bad shots. Just from the 3, they were on fire, and really you got to rely on getting stops to build momentum to chip into a lead, because we had a really rough time stopping them scoring. We'd get a few buckets in a row and we'd find some momentum offensively, and then it seems like they just kept their scoreboard ticking up as well. And they're too good to let them do that. Eventually you got to make a stand defensively, and we just didn't do that enough tonight.
About the conditions, what was it like out the open roof? Did it have any? Did you notice it when you were playing, or did it feel normal to you?
Look, I don't want to take anything away from the experience. It must be cool. I didn't feel like it impacted anything, and it was a packed crowd in Perth. It's been like that for a long time. So I I thought it was a cool experience. It was cool in the pre-game, but yeah, I didn't feel a difference in the game at all.
Coach, what were you able to do after quartertime free Robert up? He scored first quarter, then went nuts in that second one. What changed?
His mindset.
Yep. If that's as simple as that, was his mindset.
Yeah, he's probably one that you probably need to ask, but I like to think it was just his mindset. I thought he had some opportunities to score in the game early, and he was letting it come to him and picking his spots, but I thought he could have affected the scoreboard a little bit earlier than when he did, but he knew that, he needed to do something too, and clearly he got going as he does.
Final 6 this year, and I think you've got 5 to go. Have you got in your mind how many wins you might need to sneak into that 6?
Just win every game. That's the motto, and as I said, we're about to go on the road again, and so how we finish the game, we need to continue to play with that sort of pressure and effort levels. And while it wasn't their starters on the floor at the end, it doesn't matter. It's competing and playing at elite level and playing desperate basketball and playing like you're in a war and getting after it, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
There's a lot of talk about percentage and how they finish games this year. You guys picked up 9 points in the last quarter, which is about half a percentage point, which is significant. Were you yelling about that to them and drumming in that even though the result's gone, you have to find a way to get some percentage back in this game?
I know that. I just knew that I said to the boys, like, that margin as it grew to 30, it needs to be under 20 or under. And to get that back in a short period of time when you're playing 7 minutes, it's kind of, it was 6 minutes at that point. To get it under 20 in 6 it was a pretty good thing, but to stop them from scoring in the last possession, as every stop counts, every possession counts, we all know that.